welcome to another episode of Cooking with Kaz. And today we're going to do something, well, it's not really that different. Won't be the first time I've done it, but today I didn't really know what to do for a show, and so a friend of mine, Greg, gave me some pieces of salmon yesterday. So I said, well, I'll do something with salmon. Then I was looking through my cookbooks and I was saying, well, it'd be nice to do something with pasta. So I looked at a couple recipes here and there, couldn't really find anything that I liked. So I decided I'm just going to come on the show. I'm going to do everything, play it by ear, and we'll see what turns out. Your guess is as good as mine. So we might as well get started here and take our piece of salmon here. We can cut it up a bit. Let's see, where's my knife? Oh, cut that in half first. And let's see, you can cut off the skin. I know Greg is probably watching me and laughing right now, saying, look at how he's butchering up that piece of salmon. But hey, I don't care because I got it for free. It's the best way to get things. So, throw that out, cut that up a bit, and we'll just cut this into thin slices across the grain. And leave that off to the side. Cut off the other piece. Aha, Greg, there's some bones in this one. You better watch that stuff. So, there we go. And let's see, which way does the grain go on this? Let's cut it this way. Cut this one a little bit differently, we'll see what happens. And what's probably going to happen is it's going to break up anyways into smaller pieces once it starts cooking. And let's take just a touch of olive oil here. A small red pepper. Throw that in there. And let's see, what else have I got here? Piece of garlic. Let's just peel this thing real quick. I think I'd learned by now to do all this stuff beforehand. But you know me, I always like to do things in a hurry. But anyways, hey, how about that hot weather out there? I was frying eggs out on the sidewalk yesterday. It was so hot. But then that's nothing new in this neighborhood. It always gets hot during the summer. No spring and then right into the heat. But that's life in Michigan. Anyways, let's take and put that down in there. And we'll just maneuver them around a bit here. And we'll turn our heat low. Like I said, this stuff is probably going to be falling apart anyways, because, you know, that's how most fish is once you start cooking it, unless, you know, you're baking it or deep frying it or something like that, where you're just adding a lot of direct heat to it, and it, you know, gets cooked really quick. But, you know, when you're doing anything like when you're stir frying or just, you know, just sauteing something like that, it's most of the time it's going to flake apart. But then it's going to fit into the recipe. You'll see in a little while. At least I hope it will. And we'll take just a tad of our secret ingredient here. Pour some of that in. And just mix that around. I know what some of you out there are saying, red wine with fish? Oh my God. But trust me, it might work out. So anyways, let's get on to the next step. Let's clean another piece of garlic here. Looks like we're going to have to do this one the brutal way. Just break it off piece by piece. But I've been going out to the Easter market quite a bit lately, and you know, it's really surprising how well things are turning out. Like they just recently had that Flower Day this past Sunday. And that was pretty nice. I didn't get a chance to go down for that, but I saw some of the film clips. I saw them setting up for this stuff the day before. And they really have a lot of nice, interesting stuff there. And, you know, I've been buying a lot of flowers and plants for the garden, you know, that kind of stuff. Got my garden completely situated. In fact, I have some fresh basil and fresh fennel out here that I just picked out of the garden today. And my African raspberries are doing amazingly well. In fact, they're taking over the entire garden. Okay, here we go. Toss in a little bit of garlic. And let's see, throw in some olive oil. Whoops. Just there. Let's turn our heat up to high. And we'll take our onion now. Our little paring knife. Cut this out. And you don't have to use red onions. I just preferred, to use these. I saw them in the store today, and I said, oh, that'll be nice. Use some of our comrade onions. And so you just take and cut this into small wedges. Tuck these into there. I haven't got much room up here. Let's see how the salmon is doing. Salmon has stopped cooking. Time to turn the heat up. I want it to just sit there. So, let's just take, let's see, what have I got over here that's interesting? Some Greek oregano. Add a little bit more flavor to this stuff. Just sprinkle it on top. And we'll sprinkle some into here also. And let's chop up the other half of this onion. And, you don't have to put in this much onion. And also, I did have some zucchini that I was going to toss into here also. But me being as I am, I just happened to forget to bring the zucchini with me. But, well, I guess I'll be eating zucchini tomorrow then. So we just take and stir that around a little bit. Let that start to get cooking. And let's see, what can we work on until then? Oh, this is cooking here. Let's see, what time is okay. Got plenty of time. Let's just chop up some of the stuff that we're going to be adding to this within the next few minutes. And here we have several fresh basil leaves. And I always prefer using the fresh herbs as compared to, using the dried herbs. And especially with the basil, I only have a few plants in my garden right now, but I want to go out and buy some more. I have to expand my garden out a little bit because, I have everything filled up, even though I don't really have that much stuff. Those African blackberries just took over about half of my garden. So I got to expand out a little bit, cut out a little bit of the lawn. And let's see, the salmon is starting to cook again over here. Flip that over. Okay. Turn that down just a titch, and we'll toss a cover on it for now, just for a couple minutes, and see how this stuff here is doing. Well, I think what I'm going to have to do here now is it's time to turn around the hot plate once again. For one of these days, I'm going to get myself a good hot plate that has two decent burners on instead of one decent one and one that isn't so decent. So, just leave that cook for the moment. Leave that on lower than low. Let this stuff here start to saute up a bit. And here we have a bit of fresh fennel. And in case you aren't really familiar with fennel, fennel has anise type taste to it. And you're probably familiar with the taste of fennel mostly like in Italian sausage, a lot of Italian dishes, Spanish cooking, and it's kind of like a licorice type flavor. Excuse me. Oh, it's really warm under these lights over here. And let's see, what am I doing? If only I knew. So, just take and mix that up there. Let's see, we got a little bit of wine vinegar here. Toss that in. Steam things up a bit. Who said it was hot in the studio? And here we have some tomatoes. And it's a little unusual carton. I picked these up at this market in the Eastern Market, but I found out that I can get them cheaper out in the suburbs, so I'm going to be going out there to buy them. But they're pureed and strained tomatoes imported from Italy, and it's real good for sauces and stuff. And you know, you don't have to worry about having a lot of seeds in it. And like when I make my sauce, I usually just take like a can of paste, maybe 2 cartons like this, you know, and toss that together, and then, you know, build from that. And it usually works out pretty well. You know, if you don't have any fresh tomatoes, it's, you know, the next best thing for you to do. Let's see, what can we add over here? Let's crush up a little bit of pepper here. There we go. And just take and pour that over this. And we'll stir this around a little bit more. And it looks like it's about ready for a little bit of the secret sauce. Didn't want to put it in too fast. I don't want to cool down the frying pan completely. That's the problem with using these electric things. You know, it takes so long for you to recover the heat that you lose when you throw something fresh into the frying pan. It's almost unbelievable. Just almost, though. So, let's see. What can we add now? What can we add now? Let's see, how's the sauce going in there? Okay. Let's just take and add a touch more of this. And a lot of people were wondering, you know, like if you're using wine in cooking, if it's going to have any effect, you know, like if there's still going to be any alcohol left in the dish after you finish cooking it, or, you know, like if somebody is a recovering alcoholic or is on the wagon and doesn't really want to have anything with any alcohol in it, whether or not, you know, it's safe for them to have a dish that's cooked with wine. Because, you know, as you've noticed, I've been using wine a lot on a lot of my shows lately. And what happens is, once you put the wine in, the alcohol evaporates out almost immediately, and all that's left is the flavor. So, you know, you don't really have to worry about it. Okay. Stuff is doing pretty well. Better leave it covered up. In fact, I'd say that's just about done. Put that off to the side. We don't want to overcook it. Take and put that down there. And let's see how this is doing here. Okay. Let's add a little bit more of the secret sauce there. I know some of you out there are probably saying, oh my God, look at how much he's putting in. Don't worry, like I said, all the alcohol boils out and all you have left is the flavor. Although this is a Bordeaux and it has a rather heavy flavor. We'll see what happens. Like I said, this is total improvisation right here. You saw it first. And let's just mix that up a bit. Whew, stuff smells strong. And let's see, what is, yeah, there we go. A little bit of the White Death. Sweeten things up just a bit. Gives the onions a little bit of a sweet and sour taste. You know, between that and the little bit of red wine vinegar that I put in and the the regular wine that I put in now. And just let that go for a moment. And you take and chop up a couple of small chilies. Toss in there. This stuff is cramping my style. Move that out of the way. And it looks like that's the other half. So, take and close these up. Throw a little bit of the Greek oregano into here. And a little bit of the Mexican oregano on the Mexican radio, and 1 bay leaf, prepared a la Caz, with the 2 slits in it. Take and toss that in, mix it all around. And we'll leave that cook for a moment while we take and chop these chilies up. Whoa, jumping chilies. So we're just mix these up a bit. Ooh, a lot of seeds in this one. It's going to be a scorcher, guys. Put in everything that isn't moving. Mix that around a bit. Let's add a tad more of this. Whew, it's getting warm back here, let me tell you. Hey, I'm thinking about taking my show on the road. And I might be doing some shows from, could be well-known places in the city or in the area. I haven't really decided as to the what, where's, how's, and when's. Whoa, oh, there goes Mr. Annis, excuse me. But you will be the first to know. And it should be fun. I don't know, I'm a little bit leery about going in front of live audiences. You never know what's going to happen. Bring a couple bodyguards to take care of the hecklers, though. So here we have a piece of star anise that I'm desperately trying to crush up here. Okay, and a titch of cinnamon. Now if this isn't strange, I don't know what is. So we'll mix that up a bit. And let's see, is our water boiling? It's close, but it's got to be covered before it'll boil. So, I'm going to have to maneuver things around once again. Let's just cover that up so we don't lose all of our heat there. Set that down there, that down there, and we turn the hot plate around one more time. Keep that on high there. And let's see where, oh, there it is. Take a little bit of flour, but just a little bit. And we'll mix it up in here. And let's see where, yeah, there it is. Let's just mix this up. Thicken things up a little bit before we put our tomato sauce in. And tell you what, I'm waiting for the water to boil over here, and then I'm going to have to put my noodles on to boil. So why don't we take a short break while the water starts to boil.
I'm Betty Jean Rifkin, and I host a show for North Detroit General Hospital. The name of the show is Prescription for Health, and it's your opportunity to get the latest medical facts and information that can make your life a healthier one. So please tune in on Wednesday afternoon and Friday afternoon to Prescription for Health. Be there.
Hey, we're back. And things are going rather nicely over here. Noodles are boiling merrily away. And let's see, what was I going to do? Ah, yes, got to add the tomatoes over here. This should be enough. We don't want a really thick sauce for this. And we don't want too thin of a sauce either. So we'll just mix this up a bit. And this is kind of a variation on a marinara sauce, which is basically just a quick sauce. And let's see, what does this taste like? Now that's incredible. But they're out the air anyways, who cares? So, guess they couldn't make it in the rating wars against me, you know. Put in a little bit of the wine vinegar. We need some more black peppers here. There we go. Gotta work quick. They don't pay overtime here at Omnicom. take and pour the pepper in. Mix that about. Those Tula cherry peppers smell really good. Anyways, now we take our salmon, which has been waiting intently over here, and drop that into our sauce. Come on, guys. Time for swimming is long gone. And my glasses are getting foggy. Just take and mix that up a bit. Looks wonderful, doesn't it? Anyways, just let's see how the noodles are doing here. Oh, spring noodles too. Oh, wrong end. Let's see, there's one. Sorry guys, there aren't going to be any clean forks today. Just cover these up for just one moment longer. Clean off our plate a little bit. And we can grate up some of the Parmesan cheese. And this time I'll try not to get my fingers. And it's just, oh, so much for that idea. The problem with these little graters, you got to watch your fingers, even if they don't do tricks. But anyways, it's a lot quicker if you toss it in the blender or in the food processor or something like that. But those things make too much noise, and I usually have problems getting enough power cords as it is over here without adding all kinds of stuff. Besides, this looks better. You know, oh wow, look at he does his own cheese. You know, it's no big deal. Anybody could do this. And it tastes a lot better than if you were to buy the stuff in the little green cans. As I said before, oh, there it goes. There's absolutely no comparison between the two of them. Well, that should be enough. So you can toss that down there. Let's see, what's this stuff? Oh, no wonder it was on medium there. Let's just mix that around a bit. Wow. Not what I was expecting, but hey, it's not as bad as the fettuccine was. For those of you who caught that fiasco. This stuff's turning out pretty good. Can't really complain too much. You know, you get what you put in. If you don't put in anything, you don't get anything out. But since I put a lot into this, I'm going to get a lot out. And we just mix this around. You could break up some of your larger chunks of salmon also if you like. And we'll mix that around just a tad more. See what it tastes like. Okay. Take and try our noodles once again. Whew, hot. Well, I say those are good enough. Wait a minute. Okay. Where'd the fish? Ah, there he is. Thought the fish took a run for it, or should I say took a swim for it. Ugh. I swear, this fish must be getting fat or something. So, all this garbage. Whew, that sucker was hot. Anyways, just drain these a little bit. Set them down over there. Turn our water off. There we go. And there goes the fish anyways. Anyhow, take our cheese, put that off to the side. Oh, nice catch. You can tell it's getting warm in here. My glasses are slipping right off my face. So, just take and put some of our noodles out here. Oh, man, it is steamy up here. Oh, I swear. But not too often. My mother doesn't like it. So, now we take some of our sauce and pour the sauce over the top. Being very liberal with our salmon. You know how these liberals are. No nukes, gun control, what next? Then, take and pour some of our fuzzy cheese on top. And voila. Here we have a variation on salmon and pasta. And if the crew would care to take a walk up here, hey, watch that stuff, Bob, we're on the air. And give this stuff a try. I'm sure they'll get medals.
Get a clean fork?
Surely you jest.
That's the same way I wash dishes.
Yeah, that's the way I do it by my house. Alan, don't be a chicken.
It's salmon.
Well?
Oh, Alan. This is Alan's first time.
Oh, see, Alan isn't used to my cooking. Normally I have the ultra spicy stuff. Well, after he does a few shows, he'll get used to it.
Delicious.
Well, friends, I guess that brings another episode of Cooking with Kaz to an end. And as I was saying, I'm thinking about taking the show on the road. And I'll keep you posted on that, let you know when, where, how, what, and everything. You might even get a chance to try some of my cooking, although I'm not going to make any promises, and you will have to sign a waiver. I'm not taking any responsibility for what happens to you after you eat my cooking. So, I'd like to bid you all adieu, and try and stay cool.